Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to the next episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies, the podcast where Matt and Todd see a movie and then they express their feelings about it right after the movie from the parking lot. I am Todd Domer.
And I'm Matt Malloy. And yes, welcome. This episode we saw Terminator Dark Fate, which is fifth or sixth Terminator movie that has been made. Although I think plot-wise it sort of falls right in after Terminator 2. And they sort of forget about the other things.
We push those, toss them right under the rug.
Side. Yep.
We don't talk about those here.
So so it's got some actors and characters from the first couple Terminator movies. Linda Hamilton returns as well as Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's a general it's an action movie, and it is kind of what you'd expect from an action movie. So I guess sort of a small plot recap would be someone from the future appears and tries to look after someone from the present. And then someone else from the future appears and tries to kill that person. So they're sort of facing off. And that's sort of what the movie's about, is the bad guy chasing the good guys around. Pretty simple.
Well done. Yeah. Simple is the word that I would use. All right. So, I am in the realm of liking this movie. I thought it was fairly well acted. I don't know what else I've seen Linda Hamilton in besides Terminator 2.
I'm pretty sure nothing.
Yeah. She was in the Beauty and the Beast TV show, right?
Oh, well, maybe.
Okay. I think she was with Ron Perlman. That's all I remember. Okay. So if I'm wrong, someone's going to correct me.
Of course.
So, I thought she did great as a kind of cranky old Sarah Connor. Seems like we're in the Renaissance period of older actors doing kind of action-y roles and then playing cranky older versions of people that they once played when they were younger. So this fits right along with that. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he will always play a fantastic robot. I don't know. I don't know if it's because he can't act that well that makes it so well, or he's just a genius actor. I can be in both camps. I think he plays a phenomenal robot, to the point that in other movies that have robots, I'm like, you're not as good as Arnold is as a robot. Mm-hmm. So, and then we have Mackenzie. What's her last name? That's her first name, right?
That's her first name. I don't remember her last name. I can't remember
her last name either. She has been in an episode of Black Mirror that I like. She was also in The Martian. She's been in a couple of movies. I like her as an actress. I think she did really well in a physical, action-y role. Like, I think she did really well. They beefed her up and sent her out there to kick some butt, and she did. So I think this hits a lot of just kind of basic check marks of an action movie. I don't think it broke the mold. I don't think you're going to in a Terminator movie anymore. I think they've peaked, but this is a very strong third movie if you're kind of getting rid of all the others that happened. By far the third best movie in the franchise, which I don't think says a lot after 2, but 1 and 2 are still stellar. This one's not stellar, but passable and okay and good. So yeah, it's hard to I feel like I'm saying this on every podcast now, but there's more things I want to talk about it, but they're all super spoiler heavy. So I'm just going to steer clear of those. I thought the acting was pretty well done. The story has ups and downs and convolutedness, which I feel like you deal with in every time travel story. I don't know if there is a perfect way to deal with time travel in a movie when it comes to story. So, I liked it. I had a good time. I can still go to a movie and just say I had a good time. It's not stellar. It's not going to make my favorite lists, but it's a serviceable action movie.
Fair enough. Well, I agree with most of what you said. Actually, I thought it was a kind of a run of the mill action movie. I don't know if I would go with good. I guess good. I didn't think the acting was that great. I thought it was a little over the top, but still, for an action movie, fine. I liked the general story that was told. It was good. There was a lot of good fight scenes. There was cool kind of CGI stuff with Terminators morphing around into their well, I don't know what you call them when they morph into them. Their other components.
Terminator?
Yeah.
A Terminator in transition.
Yeah. So I'd say overall, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was real middle of the road for me. So that's how I felt about it.
I feel like it's only appropriate that we rate this by how many Arnold Schwarzeneggers that you would give it. How many Arnold Schwarzeneggers would you give him that?
I would give it 2.5 Arnold Schwarzeneggers.
I thought that's like I was trying to guess what you were gonna do, and that's what I picked. Yeah, but based on everything you said, I feel like you said middle of the road a lot, so your rating is very appropriate.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 3. I'm kind of just a step above middle of the road. I thought it was average, but there are parts that kind of peak it a little bit above average. So I'm going to reflect that in my rating of Arnold Schwarzeneggers. I choose the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, what they look like, to be a Terminator with his face half off, like you see some in the old movies, and in this movie sometimes like you just, some of the makeup coming off. That's what I see when I rate it. That seems appropriate to me.
Well, thinking about it that way, maybe my rating changes slightly based on the Arnold Schwarzenegger head vision.
Wow.
No, just kidding. It doesn't. 2.5.
You scared me.
Yeah.
That was going to change everything.
Yes. Well, that's it for this episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies. Thanks for listening, and you can get us wherever you can find podcasts.
Da 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 da.